Hey, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars with a beautiful 1956 Chevrolet. It's a 3200 long bed and it is a beautiful driver. Somebody did a nice driver quality restoration on it years ago and it's still on the road and in great shape. I'm going to take it for a spin. A nice throaty V8. Weather stripping on the window is a little rattly. Pretty easy to fix. Woo! This thing is torquey. All the gauges work. The speedometer's got the wrong gear in it for sure. We are not doing 65. Probably about half of that. Great driving truck. Ladies are out walking here. Careful. Steers nice and straight and easy. Manual steering. It steers nice and easy. There's not a bunch of play in the steering wheel. Maybe about that much right there. And it actually steers nice. I mean, I'm in a cul-de-sac right now with a camera in one hand. It's a little bit, you know, when you're going super tight, but I mean, even to be able to do it with one hand is nice. Steering wheel's nice and straight. Now it does have a manual switch here to turn the fan on. It's not my favorite. I would wire it back to the ignition. I just sometimes forget that I got to turn it on, and that's not. If you keep an eye on your gauges like I do, I'll flip it on when I think it needs it. It doesn't need it in the winter time. It's been an especially cold winter. Great sounding engine. Love the exhaust. I feel like it's like perfectly aggressive. Four-core aluminum radiator. Really nice under the hood. Chevrolet valve covers, Edelbrock air cleaner. They actually make a valve cover, matching air cleaner to that valve cover. So really clean in here, rust-free firewall, inner fender wells. Look really clean. I mean, it looks like somebody did a nice job restoring this maybe 10 years ago, and then enjoyed driving it. That's the kind of driver that I feel it is. Brand new chrome in the grille, front bumper, and the light bezels. I actually really love this color. What I had thought about doing was make it into a Sinclair truck and have the vinyl guy do a big Sinclair logo on the door. It's a perfect Sinclair color. Big back window. Really pretty straight body. I'd say this has been a work truck or a farm truck that's been taken good care of. When you get up close to it, there's a couple of little imperfections here and there. a little ding. It's been touched up. So it's not by any means a show quality paint job, but it's a good looking truck. I'd say a nice 20-footer, and I think with some if you wanted to buff it, I think you could always, you know, bring it up. A few little spots under here is the only rust that I've seen on it, besides maybe 1 or 2 small spots underneath. So I've got this unlocked just for the sake of showing the video. That's how easy it goes up. The tonneau cover holds itself, which is really nice. And the other thing too is I don't like tonneau covers, but I like this one best of the ones I've seen because it's only required a couple of bolts there at the end. A lot of times you see people, you know, drilling a button every, you know, 2 feet or foot or whatever, and you have all those holes. So I like the fact that there's no holes in the top rails of the bed. It's got a rubber floor mat, and we were thinking, hey, what's underneath it? And pulled on it. It was actually glued down, but it's old truck style wood. It's actually what's underneath it. I think if you're going to leave the tonneau cover on, this is a great waterproof area and not kind of a non-slip padding. If it was me, I'd probably take the tonneau cover off and put a new wood bed in it just to finish it off. But it does look nice. I'd say that's one of the most easy and tastefully done tonneau covers that I've seen. Rear bumper as well is new chrome lights, matching chrome wheels with, it looks like a bit of an offset, and I'm glad to see the spare tire on there as well. That's always nice. Doors open and close nice and straight. Windows roll up and down pretty good, you know, for an old truck. Got a nice looking interior. This is a late model bench seat. I don't know exactly what it's out of, but it sits in here really nice. And I had thought if this was my truck, I think the only thing I'd do is put a new carpet kit in. They cost about 120 bucks, about 120 bucks. They don't take long to put in, and it's kind of a fun, easy project that you can do on your own. Maybe paint the headliner. It looks like it's in there. Just do some vinyl dye on it, and then the light, put the light back in. That would be kind of a fun little weekend project. The dash looks good, and I appreciate the fact that it's not been cut. It actually looks pretty clean there. It may have been a patch, but I appreciate the fact that that's the original size hole, and they make really cool radios that go in there. We have one of those in our Willys, and hooks right up to the cell phone every time. So I've had a little bit of a walking up to this sometimes, and it doesn't want to open, and I'm glad that's happening on the video. Well, now it really won't let me in. There we go. So yeah, just that, those are the kind of things I like to see happen on the video, because this needs to be troubleshot. It wouldn't take too long to do. It's just one of these things, when we get to the point where we're putting it up for sale, we say, hey, you know, instead of fixing everything perfect, let's leave a few little things for the next guy to do. And that's, like I said, another fun, you know, weekend project to pull that door panel off and get that fixed. It's definitely locking and locking it. It might even just be that it was replaced and the spring's a little tight. Can't tell. So I like this shifter. It says 56 on it. Let's take a look up underneath. And a few little paint imperfections here on the truck. A couple of spots down low where it didn't get paint. I'd say this was a, you know, amateur driver quality paint job. A couple of little spots here, which is a typical spot for these to rust. And then the inner cab corner is rusty. Outer cab corners look good. I'm sure there's some Bondo in there. That's the way it works. But these original floor pans look good. Automatic transmission. Looks good in, like I'd say, good and original as far as frame rails and everything. This is not a clipped vehicle, so This is kind of, so oftentimes my favorite way to find them. I like an all original looking truck with an automatic, V8 automatic upgrade, and it gives you both the power you want, little undercoating coming off there, gives you the power you want, the ease of just pushing the pedal to drive, but then just showing you the underneath. The rest of the experience of driving the vehicle is original. That's what I was saying. So I like to feel that original steering. You know, it just brings, it's a nostalgic feeling to drive one of these old trucks. A little bit of rust running down, same as the other side. Other than that, I don't see any rust on the original frame. Flowmaster exhaust. And I love the sound of this exhaust. It's this, like I said before, kind of the perfect aggressiveness. Great tires as well, like I said, staggered. So good tread on them. They don't look brand new, but they have good tread. Well, there you have it. This is an awesome running, easy driving 56 Chevrolet 3200. Also, it is an original V8 truck. So that's not an original, that's not the original V8. I didn't pull the numbers on it. I think it's just a crate 350, but it's nice when it's an original V8 truck. So give us a call. It's peachtreeclassiccars.com.